Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from Panos. He posted what Arthur Brito wrote a long time ago. Arthur said, I think a lot of people get hung up on XRP. For the most part, I expect the majority of people who use the Ripple payment network to be able to ignore XRP. XRP will just be the hidden plumbing. For as long as I've been holding XRP, people always said, by the time we get to mass adoption, even the haters will be using XRP, and they won't even know that it's happening. By the time we get to mass adoption, XRP holders are already going to be retired. I honestly believe institutional adoption is what's going to retire most of the retail investors in XRP. But at the mass adoption level, XRP is going to be running in the background. People are going to be making transactions one after another, and XRP is going to be settling those transactions on the back end. XRP Ledger proves its cost efficiency, settling $617 billion in value while incurring just $2 million in fees. And you know those transactions happened over a period of time. It wasn't just one $617 billion transaction all in one go. So I asked Grok what it would cost if this was done on Swift. And this is what the AI came up with. At $50 average total fees per transaction, sending it in $1 million separate $617,000 transfers, it would cost around $50 million. That's the difference. That's how efficient the XRP ledger is compared to Swift. And those Swift fees, everybody that uses the Swift system complains about those fees. They also complain about how many times the transaction fails. Imagine sitting there hoping the money shows up on the other end. With XRP, it could happen before you even hang up the phone. And that's why Ripple will eventually replace Swift. Ripple sees bullish path to $1 trillion in institutional crypto holdings. So this comes from Monica Long. And what she said was, by the end of 2026, balance sheets will hold over $1 trillion in digital assets. And roughly half of Fortune 500 companies will have formalized digital asset strategies. And not just crypto exposure, but active participation across tokenized assets, digital asset treasuries, stablecoins, on-chain T-bills, and programmable financial instruments. She noted. Long also projected that expanding exchange-traded fund access and enterprise adoption will accelerate normalization across capital markets. Like I've been saying this entire time, we are not done with XRP treasuries. This is just the beginning. There's going to be more and more companies creating XRP treasuries, but they're going to actually utilize the token for its actual use case. They're going to use it inside of sending payments, cross-border payments. It could even be business-to-business payments and so on. We are going to see a $1 trillion market cap for XRP quicker than people think. I keep seeing people saying it's not going to happen until 2030. The new financial system will be live before 2030. This comes from Smoke, and he says, May 2025 confirmation. SBI uses R3 Corda with XRP. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this is because this is part of the research that we've seen for years. And it wasn't just XRP research. It was XDC research and other cryptocurrencies as well that were tied in with R3 Corda. Well, now this drops. So now, do we discredit all the documents that talk about R3 using XRP? Because DRW just said R3 never worked. Take a listen to this.
Big disadvantage. Large institutions want to have control over what they're doing, but they don't want anybody else to control, to be able to censor their transactions. So, but beyond that, I mean, ARK is obviously very focused on being able to move money across borders. It's not entirely clear to me how they're dealing with the privacy issues, because a lot of people moving money around are concerned about that. And for instance, some of the entities that do cross-border transmittance facilitations using blockchains find that as soon as they move dollar stablecoins to Mexico, that the Mexican peso all of a sudden moves because everybody knows what's coming next, which is just highlights the problem that happens on these when things are completely transparent.
It's interesting. Do you remember, this probably was either 2014 or 15. Do you remember one, which was tried by the various banks?
Yeah, I think it was R3, but yes.
Oh, was it R3? I knew it was R something. Okay. Yeah. Okay, R3. It never worked. They for reasons you just said, right?
Yeah. 100%.
So I am surprised. We do own Circle, but I was surprised that they were going to try that again because it so clearly didn't work. Now maybe.
So R3 never worked. So a lot of people right away would argue, what does this guy know? And is he pissed off about R3? What's his intention here? But Cyprus says, yeah, let's totally ignore the CEO of DRW, one of the world's largest principal trading organizations who facilitates transactions with the DTCC. So does it work or doesn't it work? Nobody really knows for sure. And I'm sure we're going to see other news drop about this over the next couple of days. But I will keep you up to date on that as well, because R3, that was talked about as long as I've been an XRP holder. And people always said the key to ISO 222 is through R3 Corda. But did it shift from that? Is it now more about RippleNet and Stellar and maybe XDC more than it's about R3? We really don't know yet. Native XRP lending amendment enters validator voting following XRP Ledger version 3.1.0 release. The reason the lending on the XRP Ledger is so important because it's going to be key to mass adoption. So validators have begun voting on the native lending amendment, with all initially set to the default nay positions as the process starts. The protocol will enable direct on-chain lending and borrowing for XRP, RLUSD, and future assets without external smart contracts. It will rely on a fixed term, fixed rate credit feature to offer predictable institutional style financing on the XRP Ledger. With this feature, market makers, payment firms, traders, and fintech lenders could see new funding tools for liquidity, payouts, and working capital. This is big because institutions will need liquidity. They will want to borrow on the XRP Ledger, and this is geared towards institutional lending. But I remember Vet said that this would also be extended to retail investors as well. I want to see if this gets approved or not. I'm pretty sure this is going to get passed easily. 21 shares. Ask Grok for XRP price in 2026. Here's what gets me. We see these predictions for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Bitcoin's going to $1 million. But then all these AI models say that XRP is going to be $6 to $8, possibly $10 to $12. But this one's a bit different. So skepticism soon followed. Popular X user Scam Detective publicly bet Grok $100 in Bitcoin that XRP would not reach $10 by the end of 2026. Interestingly, Grok accepted the wager, agreeing to pay $100 in Bitcoin if XRP fails to hit $10 in 2026. Me personally, I think we are going way beyond $10. But it's kind of strange seeing the AI take the wager. Let's see what happens with that. But these AI models, it's like they're way too conservative when it comes to XRP. And anybody out there that's thinking about selling their XRP, they should watch this first. Potential Trump Federal Reserve nominee Judy Shelton suggesting back to the future approach utilizing a gold standard in a cryptocurrency type of way. Take a listen to this.
Would returning to gold standard help the U.S. economy? Can you talk a little about your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say I don't see it so much as returning, but more of a back to the future.
Okay.
I think that what a gold standard stands for is monetary discipline for its own sake. That is, if money is supposed to be a unit of account and a reliable measure and a dependable store of value, it really shouldn't be subject to who's the chairman of the Federal Reserve. And I think that money needs to be stable and provide the foundation for productive economic growth. And when money is just a variable that financial markets toss around, or it's part of a derivatives formula, or it's part of someone speculating on currencies, it's not serving the private sector in the sense of providing that reliable unit of account so you can make plans. And under a gold standard, you did have that stability, and I think that's what's missing. And so I like the idea of a gold standard. I mean, it could be used in a very cryptocurrency way. The point is, do you have a unified money system so that when you talk about the international marketplace, everyone is playing on a level monetary playing field? And it's very important to have a rules-based approach. And that's why I'm advocating that we need to look at the virtues of a gold standard and try to come up with something much closer to matching those. And then I think we would have more solid economic growth.
And think about it like this. When she said in a cryptocurrency type of way, the first thing I thought of is backing the digital dollar with tokenized gold. That could possibly be one path to getting there. Or just back a digital currency with gold, period. But then it always comes back to XRP is going to be backed by gold. You don't want that to happen. XRP is going to be moving the value of gold because it's going to be moving every single country's stablecoin or central bank digital currency, depending on which direction that country goes in. But the fact that she also said level playing field, that's something that Brad Garlinghouse says all the time. You honestly think Judy Shelton doesn't know the path that we are on? I'm telling you, XRP is the future. This is why you don't sell your whole bag. This is why you don't rush to sell your crypto for useless fiat dollars. We are going back to the gold-backed system. That's why all these countries have been stockpiling gold. Top 10 ranking for cross-border payments. Ripple establishes itself alongside the global heavyweights. And if you look at the list that they have here, they have Ripple at number 5. Swift is at number 2, and Western Union is number 1. Here's the thing, though. Most people keep forgetting that the customers that use Western Union, that use Swift, that use these other options, they're not happy customers. And then you see D-Local on there and Thunes. Both of those are Ripple partners as well. Same thing with Neum. But when you have an alternative that's fast, cheap, and you know the money's going to show up on the other end, people are going to use that option instead of Swift, instead of Western Union and other options that are out there today. I expect Ripple to quickly become number 3. Then it will go on to be the number 1 solution for cross-border payments. It's just a matter of time. Many new XRP accounts opened in 24 hours is a great signal in favor of bullish investors. So we keep seeing all these new wallets showing up. And you see it right here. In a brief period of time, XRP Ledger recently recorded the creation of 3,203 new accounts, which is a significant increase in network adoption compared to recent baselines. I think it's because people are now coming in on the dip. I think people want to get invested in something that they could see being very big very soon, because we all know a run-up is absolutely coming. It's just we don't know exactly when it's going to happen. But people position ahead of that. You don't ever want to be that guy trying to buy in halfway up a massive green candle. I'm telling you, there is going to be so much regret when XRP hits double digits. You're going to see Bitcoin maxis. They're going to be crying all over X. Don't worry, it's coming back down. Don't worry, there's no chance of it flipping Bitcoin. You're going to see that everywhere as XRP continues to go higher and higher. And this could be that run where XRP finally flips Bitcoin. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. Smash that like button. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.